Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We are live from Buckeye Central High School for tonight's Division III District Semifinal matchup between the number 3 seed Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and the number 2 seed Ashland Arrows. I'm Nate Mullins on the call with Tommy Hall. We've got the Wizard Greg Kinn on the ones and twos and Jacob Ellis on the camera here tonight. Thanks for tuning in on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. We're live here with the pregame show brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant. And we are moments away from the opening tip. Our partner, Tommy, glad to have you on the call once again.
I'm glad to be on the call. It's tournament basketball time here in Northwest Ohio. You know that means Heart of Ohio Sports. Live and on the scene, paywall free, as always, for our fine folks watching at home as you're watching the XCARET Mexican Restaurant pregame show. And what a mirror matchup in a way you're going to be witnessing here tonight between these Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and these Ashland Arrows. The Ashland Arrows come in tonight right in the hot streak, and that may pay dividends, especially here in tournament time, because that's exactly when you want to catch fire, is right here as the tournament progresses. And because there is no tomorrow, you gotta get it while the getting's good, as my granny used to say.
You're absolutely right, Tommy. And these two teams, they may have close as far as the seeding is concerned, but when you look at the records, Tommy, Ashland has a little bit of an advantage, 18-5 overall. That's why they have the 2 seed, Tiffin Columbian at 13-9. But when you look at common opponents with these two squads, Tommy, this one looks to be a pretty good matchup because it looks pretty evenly matched when you look at that. The Arrows, having won their first Ohio Cardinal Conference championship in school history, first conference title in 30 years by the girls basketball team. They got here by way of forfeit against Mansfield Senior back on the 13th. That's last Thursday. We're underway here at Buckeye Central High School. Thanks for tuning in with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Arrows control the opening possession. First shot is off the mark. And Arrows get the offensive rebound. We'll thank our sponsors here in just a moment. And as they work it into the paint,
Kennedy Lacey with the first points of tonight's ball game.
Shot up and in. Kennedy Lacey, part of our player spotlight here tonight. We'll get to that here in just a little bit. But a nice up and under as Mia Zeiss lays that one up and in and ties it up at 2 apiece. Talk about Kennedy Lacey, first team District 6 Division III player. Joining her on that first team from Tiffin Columbian is Abby Felsky. Our 2 players in the player spotlight here tonight. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. Maggie Ranigan, her pass nearly stolen away, but it goes out of bounds off the Arrows. Kennedy Lacey, the last to touch it.
You talk about a squad that has a lot of experience together in these Tornado girls.
From the free throw line, that shot is off the mark as Abby Felsky tried to get that one to go. A nice feed into the paint, and the shot up and in for Cameron Cox, junior forward. Puts the Arrows on top, 4-2.
Yeah, Cox, a tall drink of water down there for the Arrows. Takes up a lot of real estate. As you see her defensively just boxing out as that one goes out of bounds. Possession still favors the Tornadoes.
6:20 to play here in the first. Arrows leading 4-2. Lexi Beeston looking to inbound for Tiffin Columbian. Gets it into Maggie Ranigan. Ranigan's pass tipped and stolen away by the Arrows. Ashland looking to push. Into the paint, and Felsky with the steal.
Eye for an eye there, guys.
Absolutely. Felsky with it at the top of the key, drives it into the paint. And the shot is off the mark, but she draws the contact on Kennedy Lacey. That'll put Felsky at the free throw line. And she hits the first of 2 shots.
We talk about these Cardinal Conference champion arrows coming in tonight. They got some tall and big bodies down there as well. I expect this one to get a little bit more aggressive as it goes on.
Second free throw off the mark from Felski. And Tornadoes were able to grab the offensive rebound, but turned it over out of bounds.
And if you're the Tornadoes, you got to be pesky, Nate.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Tommy.
You got to get those pokeaways.
That's key when it comes to a game like this.
Behind the back.
Facing a game opponent in these Ashland Lady Arrows. Mia Zeiss puts it up, no good. Went coast to coast with that one.
Taking her a minute.
Thought she had some contact down low, but taking her a minute to get up and recover.
Yeah, so it gives them the advantage when she's still down here.
And Zeiss, as you can see, that ankle already under some, she's got a brace on that ankle. So, could potentially be something to keep an eye on here. Timeout on the floor. Timeout's brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. This gives me a moment to thank all of our sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, WAGNER Flower Shop and Greenhouse, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., First National Bank of Sycamore, Buckeye IT Services, Mullins Entertainment, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Culligan Water of Tiffin, Studio Squared, Lander Strength Syndicate, SYCAMORE Financial Services, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and Webster Industries. All proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
I think you need some of that Culligan water, Nate.
Yeah, I think so too.
A quick injury timeout as Zeiss under the basket, and that was what it was, Nate. There was some contact down there off the plant foot by Zeiss, and you get that quick, sharp pain right at the top of your foot. It sends shivers down your spine. She's going to take a minute to evaluate that.
Kennedy Lacey shot off the mark, but Cameron Cox there to grab the loose ball and puts it up and in. Cox on the season averaging 7.6 points per game and 7 rebounds per game. And a blocking foul. No. I'm going to say offensive foul against the Tornadoes. So it gives the ball back to the Arrows. 6-3 is your score. Ashland leading. 4:40 left here in the first quarter. Down low for Cox. She gives it up to Lacey, who drives to the basket. And Kennedy Lacey lays it up and in. Impressive move to the basket by Lacey as Cox drew the double team there. Found the open teammate. Oh, yeah, that one's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Ashland.
And Beeston tries to take it across the timeline, and these Arrows, I mean, they're just aggressive. They're right on top of you. They're blanketing in their coverage.
Ranigan was looking for Beeston, but that was off the mark. Beeston saying she was being held on the defensive end, but referee didn't see it. So timeout on the floor. Timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. 8-3 early lead for the Arrows. Tommy, what's your first impression here of these Tornadoes? It just seems like they need to settle down a little bit on the offensive end.
I was going to say settling down would be nice on the offensive end, getting set defensively, but most importantly, these Arrows defensively, they are very tenacious in the way that they get after you, the way they cover you. You expect these Tornadoes to kind of try to drive and dish it as they push into transition, and then if nothing's down low, or if you can't drive and dish it like you want to, then settle back out and get your offense going. But right now, I think that's the best way for these Tornadoes to catch up with this 8-3 deficit here in the first stanza from Buckeye Central High School.
And there you have it, the wise words of Nostradamus. Coming out of this timeout, the Arrows have possession. And down low, Lacey shot off the mark. And it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Arrows.
You keep saying the arrows, and it made me almost call Columbian the Senecas. It's got me in that mindset.
That logo is very similar to the Calvert baseball logo, you know. Beeston gives it off to Marissa Allen. Allen's shot off the mark, but a foul on the shot.
Yeah, and Greg, I think you're getting ahead of yourself. You see them Seneca arrows in action next month during that celebrity basketball.
Ooh, one of our favorites.
As you can believe, I can't believe that time of year's already getting here.
Crazy.
Tournament basketball, everything in a blink of an eye. And we can't thank you enough for joining us here on the ride.
And Marissa Allen, first shot off the mark.
Marissa Allen.
29 or 2 for 50.
Marissa Allen. I like it.
No, Tommy.
Mrs. Allen.
That's an old school reference there, buddy.
They'll be watching TV after school for 3 years for that one. Got that second one there.
Marissa Allen. What's the second of 2 free throws?
One of 2 for 50.
We do have a new title segment sponsor here tonight as Buckeye IT Services brings you our 3-point play sponsor here tonight. So anytime there's a opportunity for a 3-point play, it'll be brought to you by Buckeye IT Services. Another one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Plenty of time to add your name to our sponsor list, as tomorrow night we'll be over in Fostoria covering Tiffin Calvert girls versus Mohawk girls, as more of our tournament coverage continues here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Marissa Allen drives the baseline, cut off, and it's stolen away.
Oh, man.
It just lost amongst the trees down there.
Wow. A drive to the basket and up and in for Madison Hoffman. And it's 10-4. Ashland on top. Allen hoists it up from 3. Marissa Allen knocks down the 3. 10-7.
You know what that means, Nate. Got to catch the replay of that one.
No replay here. Still looking for a replay sponsor for our game here on Heart of Ohio Sports. But that's a crispy, tasty replay right there. As this will put Grace Tobias at the free throw line. She knocks down her first of 2 shots. Foul goes against Marissa Allen. It's the first foul on the Tornadoes. Comes at the 2:37 mark here in the first quarter. Tobias, second free throw. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Tobias gets all the dollary dues on that one.
Rannigan trapped by the defense. Ooh. And a travel. Her teammates are getting too far up court. They got to play that a little bit closer. Because this full court press is starting to give the Tornadoes fits.
Ooh.
And they're able to.
Like one right off her foot, but teammate able to wrangle it in there.
Kennedy Lacey's shot is up and in.
Been doing a good job of just getting these shots to fall.
Yeah.
Just getting close to the basket and just laying them up and in there.
And the arrow's now doubled over on the Tornadoes. As the Tornadoes continue to try to cut away at this deficit. Beeston with the ball at the top of the key.
Beeston gives it off to Maggie Rannigan. Rannigan, top of the key, spots up from 3, in and out. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Lacey. And a foul on the floor goes against Tiffin Columbian's Abby Felsky. Of course, the winner of tonight's game goes on to face the winner of Norwalk versus Sandusky.
And that happens after
It'll
this
be
game,
later
right?
tonight.
Yep.
And Arrows, they're relentless in their coverage, Nate, because players like Madison Hoffman and Lauren Green, they just push it down. They just push the ball across the timeline, and they let their bigs play low and finish up any second chance opportunities that they have. So your offense is able just to kind of, stay active but kind of mull around. But then on the defensive end of things, that's when you can really get after it and get on these Tornadoes. And the Arrows are just executing.
That's right, especially on the defensive end, Tommy. Made a great point. 3-point shot from the right wing. CC Sturry knocks it down, and the Arrows take a 10-point lead, 17-7. 126 left here in the first quarter. Tornadoes got to find an answer on the offensive end here.
That was a good play. She just dished it to her teammate there right behind her. Boom.
Zeiss had that one stolen away. Driving, put it up, put it in. Madison Hoffman. 19-7.
Arrows starting to pull away a little bit here.
Yeah. Marissa Allen, her pass stolen away.
It's down again here. It's getting physical out there on the court, guys. You know these games, the importance of these games. Nobody wants to go home.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the mentality that the Arrows came in tonight. They've been riding the hot hand, winning 5 of their last 6. And then, you challenge teams to keep up with that frenetic pace and match that momentum.
Not sure what just happened there.
I think they were saying he counted 6 players. And then he counted again, and I guess he had it wrong or something like that.
Huh.
Just wanted to make sure you had a hat on a hat.
Tornadoes trying to get aggressive down there and try to get the ball back.
And that one dug out on the ground, and Lexi Beeston grabs it for the Tornadoes. Now Marissa Allen stops, pops from 3, off the mark.
So close.
She wanted that one to go, and I think half of the Tornado crowd thought it was going in.
I mean, she hits those last 2 threes, you're looking at a 13-19 game right now.
And that's the thing, though, Greg, is if.
Yeah.
When you're trying to cut away at this deficit, you gotta get your players in good positions to where they can finish off and score down low.
Yeah, you have to get some points regardless.
Yes, sir.
Rannigan to Allen. Allen.
Oh, blocked and tried to pass it away.
Beeston, long range 3, off the mark.
Oh.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Frustration on the faces of the Tornadoes as the Arrows take a 14-point lead into the second quarter. It's 21-7. We'll be right back here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall. When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to Buckeye Central High School. Start of the second quarter here in this Division III District Semifinal. Sees the Ashland Lady Arrows leading Tiffin Columbian 21-7. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call with you. Alongside Greg the Wizard Kinn and Jacob Ellis on the camera here tonight. Thanks for tuning in with us on Heart of Ohio Sports. Arrows with the possession starting the second quarter. That one blocked at the basket as Abby Felsky plays some good defense. Beeston brings the ball into the forecourt.
Defense is what you need down there under the basket, Nate. You can't just keep letting the Arrows put up points.
And the Tornadoes have to match the Arrows' physicality. At this point, the Arrows are just playing a more physical game on the defensive end. And that's what the Tornadoes have to do. How is that not a foul?
And if you're the Tornadoes, you just try to get some.
They're just trying. They're just trying to throw it up there and get the foul, but the fouls aren't going called.
Yeah, you got to think Felski was just thinking, like, if they're not going to call anything, I guess I'll reach in for this one. As Matty Ritchie checking into the game for Tiffin Columbian. Abby Felski takes a seat with those 2 fouls.
Defensively, you see the Tornadoes kind of go into that 2-1-3 look, down low, sending some moving parts there. And just don't allow anybody to finish in the lane. That's what they did to Cox on those previous 2 turnovers. And the Tornadoes get a little pokey there. Draws the reach-in foul.
Tornadoes still searching for answers on the offensive end and on the defensive end of the floor. Arrows looking to inbound.
Nice inbound there.
Cameron Cox, shot up, no good. Kennedy Lacey grabs the rebound, goes back up with it, and draws the contact.
And defensively, Nate, for the Tornadoes, Cox has been 0 of 4 in our last 4 attempts. The Tornadoes are trying to shore up defensively, but again, you got a lot of moving parts there on that Arrows offense.
Yeah.
Gets that one going smooth right there. Nothing but the net.
Yeah, it's just really frustrating for the Tornadoes tonight. They're trying to figure out what to focus in on, and these Arrows are just so multifaceted. There's really no one area to focus on. I'd say the one thing that they just probably should focus on here is just increasing the physicality. Trying to match that physical play of the Arrows.
Well, and you talk about that physicality, one of the things I kind of noticed there was Marissa Allen taken to the locker room by the trainers. They're going to get a look at her. She came out. I think she might have got a little rattled under the basket there, Nate.
Yeah, she took a nice blow, and there was no foul on the play, but
like you said, it's been pretty physical game so far tonight.
They've been pretty physical on both ends.
You don't get those calls in New Washington.
That's right. Beeston.
Ouch, fell right on the ball.
Tripped on her way to the basket. And they're going to get Cece Sturry on the foul there. Beeston inbounds to Ranigan.
You see Sturdy pleading the case.
Ranigan.
Jeez.
Puts it up. No good. Those are not the shots that they need right here. They got to find some better shots at the basket.
Yeah, they're just bumping them outside, not letting them have any real access to the hoop. And you can't just throw it up there and hope for the best when you're down almost 20 points.
Yeah. That's going to be a travel against Tiffin Columbian as Chloe Heyman.
Yeah, you guys have mentioned this press defense a lot. Outside of getting turnovers, one thing it does is in this half-court offense, it speeds you up too.
Yeah.
So we've seen some 4-on-1, just wild shots being taken, so the travel there. So even after you break the press, it still rattles you a little bit, and you play faster than you think you have to. Exactly.
They've had opportunities to make a good play or make a good basketball play, but it's just that pressure.
Whoa. Yeah, the Arrows are just doing a good job of getting the Tornadoes to get out of their game plan. Yeah, like you guys said, rattle them up, get them shaking a little bit. Not playing at their best.
What's that you say, Tommy? Pressure creates diamonds, but it also
creates turnovers.
That's right.
That's what the Tornadoes are doing here. Is you're just calling out who you're supposed to cover. Like if you're on the Tornadoes, you look over, you say that you're covering CC Sturry. You say that's my Sturry, and I'm sticking to it.
That ball goes off the foot of Madison Hoffman, out of bounds. 5:33 left here in the first half. Arrows leading 23-7. Ranigan takes the inbound. Tries to feed it down low for Zeiss, but Mia Zeiss is just playing. She's playing hurt. You can tell. And she's given the best she has. She's given everything she's got, but.
And that's the thing is when you do that, when you dish that down low, she was just a little bit step behind due to her being a little ginger off that plant foot.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And not only that, but you're trying to get a pass around the defender's backside there. This is not the easiest pass to make either.
And she's trying to anticipate where she was going to be.
Yeah.
But with the injury, she's just
rebound.
not where she normally is.
Right.
Yeah. Contact under the basket.
Yeah, when you're used to playing with your teammates, you're used to the speed of them playing and where they're going to be. You know, it's almost like second nature. So, yeah, when you're playing a little off, they can throw the whole team off.
Kennedy Lacey draws the contact. She goes to the free throw line.
You saw it there, too, defensively. You know, these girls are smart enough to know that if someone's hurt, you go right at them offensively and draw fouls like that.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Arrows just keep adding to their lead here.
Lacey on the season, a 63% free throw shooter.
You were just trying to jinx her, weren't you?
Right on cue.
You were looking up the stats to make sure she didn't get that second one.
That shot attempt off the mark. Lexi Beeston.
Look at that defense.
Yeah, they recover so well.
My goodness, the speed.
The lateral quickness is something you don't see very often.
So Beeston had that ball down here all by herself and just couldn't get away from the defender.
Mia Zeiss, spin move, puts it up, no good. And contact under the basket. It's going to be called against Tiffin Columbian's Maddie Ritchie.
They really need to get those rebounds, too. I don't know how many rebounds they've got of their own shots, but I don't think it's been very many.
A lot of it is just positioning and knowing where the basketball is going to be when it comes off.
They're just doing these single shots, and there's really no teammates there under the basket to get the rebound for you.
Yeah, anybody who says rebounding is luck has never watched Dennis Rodman rebound the basketball because he knew exactly where that ball was going to be when the shot was in the air.
Yeah, you play basketball long enough and you study it. You know how the ball is going to bounce.
It's angles.
When it hits the rim, where it's going to go.
Yep.
You're the first one to get there.
Kennedy Lacey at the free throw line. She's got 9, make it 10 points. Leading all scorers, and the Ashland Arrows leading 25-7 over Tiffin Columbian. Tornadoes have yet to score here in the second quarter.
So they got to find something here.
As Mia Zeiss fouled on her way to the basket. Foul's going to go on Kennedy Lacey. That's her second. Third team foul. Comes at the 4:32 mark here in the second quarter. Lexi Beeston looking to inbound. Zeiss to Rannigan. Cross court. Thought about a three. As Mackenzie Felsky into the game for Tiffin Columbian.
Tornadoes continue to press it outside.
Marissa Allen off the mark for three. They're trying to find something, Tommy. It's just not there.
I think it behooves them for three.
Oh,
off the mark.
Too much on that one. Man, you got to capitalize here.
Lexi Beeston.
And look how fast all the defenders are around her.
Gets her own rebound, puts it up, and puts it in, and breaks the scoring drought.
And Beeston, that's what you do. You challenge the lane. You try to finish the play, and you can draw those fouls.
That was a 15-0 scoring run for the Ashland Arrows there. It was 10-7 when that scoring run started.
And Beeston put those points up with like 4 defenders around it.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
Marissa Allen grabs the offensive rebound. Beeston into the forecourt. That turnover.
There.
Madison Hoffman.
Just looked a little confused.
Yeah. No good.
2 Tornadoes out of position there.
But Tobias grabs the rebound.
Looks like they're going to have a timeout here.
And Coach Harrigan is really frustrated because she's just seeing some effort. I feel like it's the effort that's missing right now. And
on that last steal, I think, yeah, absolutely, you saw it there. It just kind of, it just felt a little deflated, and the Arrows just felt like they were playing on the top of their game and just jumped on it.
Yeah, if I know Coach Harrigan, she's sitting in that huddle telling those girls, we can live with missed shots. What we can't live with is no effort on the defensive end of the floor and no effort moving the ball on the offensive side of the ball.
Right, you can't let those missed shots get in your head and get you down. And if you miss a shot, you got to get right back in the game and just play harder.
We talked about keys to the game, and for Tiffin Columbian, I said they got to control the ball. They got to control the boards, but they really need to move the ball. Find that hockey pass, the pass before the pass that leads to the basket. You got to move the ball. Keep it moving. Keep the ball in the air. There's a lot of ISO ball going on here in the early going.
We have a comment here from YouTube that says, can we get 3 big booms? I think that's all you, Tommy. Oh, Tommy wants the booms. Big booms.
Oh, I'm sorry about your...
No.
That's the last thing I want to cease and desist from those jokes.
Ranigan, cross court, Beeston, right wing. Now over to Ranigan, right wing 3, off the mark.
Yeah. There's a nice little move there, just trying to shake some defenders to get somebody open, but off the mark again on the 3.
Down low for Cameron Cox. Cross court pass. They feed it back down low to Cox. Puts it up, no. And a rebound grab by the Arrows.
See, they're getting their own
Putback is no good.
Yeah, absolutely, Greg. Those second.
Cox for the 3, no good. Marissa Allen grabs the rebound. But yeah, second chance opportunities are killing the Tornadoes.
And then see, you get the rebound, but then you lose the ball right away.
Oof. 3-pointer from Grace Tobias. Arrows open up their biggest lead of the ball game. It's 30-9.
That's just a wide open, perfect shot there. Gets it to your teammate, nobody in their face. Bang.
Turnover. Arrows have it. Tobias now down low for Cox. She puts it up, no good. But draws the contact. That big Dom Arter. Is that who that is?
I think so. I
Our
read
number
that
one junior correspondent.
I read that wrong at first. I thought it said, what's up with Dom? And I was like, Dom isn't here.
I don't think Dominic Helmstedter's YouTube title would be Taco Boy 24, but hey, we never know. I mean, Dom leads many lives. Marissa Allen checks out of the ball game. As checking in for Tiffin Columbian.
Oh. And Columbian get you out of there getting the rebound.
Tasia Ziegler.
Smothering.
Good job moving the ball around here.
Oh. Beeston knocks down the 3. Lexi Beeston got 5 points, and it's 30-12. That should have been travel. Down low, nice feed. As Lauren Green finishes at the basket for the Lady Arrows.
I think you've said Beeston for 3 in every year of Heart of Ohio Sports.
I think so, yes. Shot at the basket is no good, and it hits the baseline. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tiffin Columbian. 32-12. Ashland on top. 56 seconds left here in the first half. CC Sturry pulls it back. Looks like the Arrows might be trying to save this one for the last shot. We'll see. They work it down low. Oh, shot up and again, off the mark.
Good job getting their own rebound again.
They just, once again,
controlling
look at that. The boards.
Interception.
As Lexi Beeston comes up with the interception.
She just said, snatch it up.
Tornadoes have the possession. Maggie Ranigan.
Letting them have nothing under the basket there.
8 seconds left. 6 seconds. Down low, Ziegler puts it up. No good.
Nothing.
And that's the end of the first half.
Ref catching the ball.
32-12 is your score. Ashland all over Tiffin Columbian. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll come back Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Since 1847, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse has been Tiffin's trusted florist. From stunning arrangements to everyday flowers, they help you say it beautifully. Whether you're celebrating life's victories or supporting your loved ones, stop by their beautiful shop on Greenfield Street or order online at wagnerflowers.com for easy pickup or delivery. Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse, where tradition blooms. Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
Buckeye IT Services is a trusted partner for cybersecurity, fully managed and co-managed IT support. Municipalities, financial organizations, and mature businesses turn to them to eliminate IT stress and enable growth. Visit BuckeyeIT.com today to start your partnership. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Ink. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go, Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, welcome back. We're here at halftime as the Ashland Lady Arrows lead the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes 32-12. Nate Mullins on the call with Tommy Hall. The Wizard Greg Kinn on the ones and twos, and Jacob Ellis on the camera. Thanks for tuning in here with us. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors before we start breaking down the first half and get you ready for the second half. We'd like to thank XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., First National Bank of Sycamore, Buckeye IT Services, Mullins Entertainment, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Culligan Water of Tiffin, Studio Squared, Landers Strength Syndicate, SYCAMORE Financial Services, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and Webster Industries, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Getting ready to start the second half as the Ashland Lady Arrows, a 22-5 run to close out the first half. And that's where we're at. 32-12 is the score. It was 10-7 at one point, Tommy.
Yeah, they dominated the first period, but they owned the second period.
They really did.
In the absence of rebounding, that's what happens. Tornadoes got to do a better job here in the second half of finishing.
Getting those balls back. Yeah, right there, just like that. Every missed opportunity that they have, the Tornadoes need to get the rebound and capitalize on that. That's the only way they're going to get back in this one.
Cameron Cox with the swat at the basket.
You have to take advantage of every one of those shots that they miss because you don't know how many they're actually going to miss.
Yeah.
Can't even get. Inbound to the top of the key.
Ooh. Beeston cut off by the defense. Abby Felsky on the court now. And a push foul. It's going to go on Kennedy Lacey. That's her third foul. So she's going to have to watch the rest of this one here as she gets into early foul trouble. She'll have to take a seat here in the third quarter. She's leading scorer with 10 points. And leading the way for the Arrows on the season with 14.5.
So this should be your moment for the Tornadoes where you should try to take advantage of being off the court.
Absolutely, Greg. They've got to capitalize here.
Oh, look at that ball just like almost swatted away.
Madison Hoffman doing a great job on the defensive end. Maggie Rannigan. Felsky takes it on the right side. Right wing, spin move into the paint. Nice move, puts it up. No. Gets her own rebound, puts it up. No good. And Cameron Cox grabs the rebound.
She got her own rebound, but you just need to take a little bit more time, focus that shot a little bit more.
And I think that's half the issue tonight with the Tornadoes is they're just rushing everything.
Yeah, everything seems a little rushed.
Marissa Allen puts it up. No. Unable to convert at the basket. That shot no good.
I watch this defense. It's so smothering. It's got me sitting up here being like, come on, give me some space. I can't breathe.
Right? Got you a little claustrophobic up here.
Jeez, man. Thank goodness we're in an excellent facility and we actually have lots of space up here.
Yeah.
Beautiful digs up here today.
Tornadoes coming into the second half. You know, they came out of the locker room. This is what you want to do. You want to push it down the floor. You want to try to exert a little bit of effort and have a sense of urgency to cut away at this deficit early on.
Are you sure you can talk over the extremely loud music that they have to play during a timeout, Tommy?
Jeez. Well, we got to keep talking because we don't want to have any of that music infiltrate the broadcast.
You would think it was halftime right now.
I mean, that is, yeah.
I mean, they're jamming over here.
They got a really good sound system over here.
I'm not hating it, just kind of surprised me. I started the timeout, it was kind of quiet, and then I was all like, it's like, whoa.
Timeout brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Tornadoes have held the Arrows scoreless here in the second half, but they've also been scoreless themselves, so they need to find some answers on the offensive end.
Nothing worse than being drowned out by Imagine Dragons.
In this half, though, they've been getting good shots. It's just finishing them. That's the other part of the battle.
Yep.
Yeah, for the Tornadoes right now, it's just imagining points.
Stop it, Greg. Beeston inbounds. Marissa Allen, right wing three, off the mark. And the rebound grabbed by Abby Felsky. And she came down really hard on that knee, and you can tell she's in pain. And she lost it out of bounds. And that's you're gonna have that when you're playing through pain, Tommy. It's just so hard to maintain composure.
Huge distraction. Such a distraction to be playing in pain, to be doing anything in pain.
Kicked ball goes out of bounds off the Tornadoes.
And your mindset changes, especially when you get into the postseason and there's a chance that there is no tomorrow. You're more apt to want to try to gut these things out and see it through.
Three-point shot off the mark.
And you're beat up from the season. This is where mental toughness really pays off.
You say it's hard to do anything in pain, Greg?
Yes.
How do you do anything? You're always in pain.
Very hard.
He's the expert.
Felsky almost turned it over, but it saves it from going out of bounds.
Oh.
Lexi Beeston with it. Beeston gives it to Allen. Top of the key, Marissa Allen pulls up from three, no good. Rannigan grabs the rebound. Feeds it to Felsky. Felsky in the paint. Spin move, puts it up. No, but she draws the contact. Foul at the basket on Lauren Green.
Got to get something out of that. Draws the foul there. You got to capitalize off this one, get some points, get it rolling here.
Abby Felsky, senior, Tiffin Columbian, knocks down the first of two free throws.
I pictured in my head if they started blaring Imagine Dragons again while she was getting ready to shoot. Because it's so quiet in here.
Felsky hits one of two from the free throw line. She's 38% on the season.
It's 38% better than me.
Right. On the right wing, Cameron Cox now feeds it down low. Lauren Green gives it out.
And that's the nice thing about having such a big lead, too, here in the second half of the Arrows. They don't have to rush anything.
Nice steal from Abby Felsky. That's a great point, Greg. They don't got to rush anything. You just play your offense.
Like at this point, yeah, it's Tornadoes. The Tornadoes are the ones that have to push everything.
A nice feed from Allen as she finds Maggie Rannigan under the basket.
And Greg, if you're the Arrows, you got to be careful because there's definitely a difference between playing to win and playing not to lose.
Absolutely. You can't rest too much on that lead, but it does allow you a little room to breathe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a foul is going to go against Tiffin Columbian. I believe they're going to get Abby Felsky. No, that's going to go on
to start this.
Chloe Hyman.
Yeah, to start this second half, I mean, these Arrows had plenty of breathing room, Greggy.
Yeah.
Kennedy Lacey
sacrifice
drives and puts it up and in, but she is injured on her fall to the floor.
Can't tell if she's grabbed her arm there.
Oh, yeah, she went right for that arm, that right arm. Hopefully she's okay.
It's like falling on that hard floor. That ain't going to feel good at all.
Yeah.
She just went up for that shot, laid herself out there for that one.
So Tornado basketball.
That's exactly what we've been talking about, though, is the toughness from these teams. Like,
yep.
You just saw it on display there. Need some points for my team, I'll lay it all on the line.
Rannigan brings it into the forecourt.
Got some nice dribbling skills.
Felsky on the left wing. Spin move along the baseline. And a foul is going to go against Lauren Green. That'll be her third foul. And it's the third team foul against the Arrows. 4:01 mark here in the third quarter. Green takes a seat. Cameron Cox comes back into the game.
You know, this one's not out of reach by any means, guys, but you have to shift the momentum completely.
Yeah.
You still have the time.
Got to start taking advantage of some of these opportunities they're giving you. Ranigan drives, puts it up. No. Rebound. Under the basket by Felsky.
And that's what you want to do, Nate. You want to take those shots and try to draw that foul.
Just falls there at the end of that one. Her teammates rush immediately to help her up.
And she will go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, I can't imagine it feels too good going up for that shot and coming down on that knee.
Well, if you got another day of basketball, you can wake up black and blue.
That's right. She's unable to convert on the first of 2 shots from the free throw line. CC Stewart takes a seat as Lainey McNamara checks in for Ashland. And Felsky gets the second.
Nobody there didn't.
34-16, just inside of 12 minutes to play in the ball game.
I like how they just came down the court with speed there. Just aggressiveness. Even though there was no press, the Tornadoes were all down here, but they still came down with speed.
Tornadoes got a few buckets in the absence of Cox on the floor. She brings herself back on. And now this Arrows defense definitely got a whole new complexion.
3-point shot off the mark.
You got to come down with that one. There you go.
Maddie Ritchie with the rebound for the Tornadoes. Marissa Allen draws the triple team in the paint. Her shot is no good.
That's the only thing she draws. No foul there, Nate. Nice little pass. Little pass again.
And a foul on the entry pass to Cameron Cox.
Again, that's what we talked about with having that lead is that gives you that ability to just pass the ball around so you can find that perfect shot that you want to take.
There's no rush. There's no pressure on the Arrows at this point.
You got the Tornadoes on their heels, and you just keep pushing. Looks like they were going to shoot a foul shot there and then changed it.
Sturry, 3-point shot. Ooh, off the mark. Ranigan grabs it for the Tornadoes.
Again, like I said, that's what you need. When they go for them threes and they come up empty, you have to be the one that comes down with the rebound.
I think with the cushion in the lead, the Arrows are feeling a little more frisky on the perimeter.
Felsky feeds it to Ritchie. Ritchie driving, puts it up, puts it in.
Yeah, you're right, Tommy, because you're more willing to take a chance on those threes with a lead like this because if you make them, that's big time just stretching the lead out. If you don't, you just make sure they don't score against you.
Cameron Cox shot off the mark. Marissa Allen grabs it for the Tornadoes. And a reach-in foul.
If I didn't show you right there how physical they're being, how much she had to pull away from the ball to get it away from the other girl. Threw herself on the ground, basically.
Foul's going to go on Lainey McNamara. And that'll be the 5th foul against the Arrows. So that puts the Tornadoes at the free throw line here with 2:31 left in the third quarter.
This is a good position for the Tornadoes to be in right now.
Got to start hitting shots, though. Free throws are huge. This team coming into the season shooting just under 60% from the free throw line at 57 on the year. Marissa Allen herself shooting 62%.
In this first half, Nate, these Arrows, they were just taking advantage of the rebounding opportunities, their second chance opportunities on offense. But here in the second half, these Tornadoes, as now they've decided to challenge Delane, you're seeing the Arrows get a lot more foul trouble down low and in the paint, just based off of their force to be a little more aggressive in their defense. Before those shots would fall from the Tornadoes and the Arrows.
Maddie Ritchie grabs the loose ball. Yeah. The possession arrow will favor the Tornadoes. So the held ball. That's the effort you need, though. Maddie Ritchie coming into this game really putting it all on the floor here so far since she's come in, bringing the energy.
I mean, that's the thing you say in the huddle is you guys want to go home? Do you want to be done yet, or you want to go out there and play your hearts out?
That's right. And Beeston is fouled by CC Sturry. And that'll put Lexi Beeston at the free throw line. And Lexi Beeston one of the better free throw shooters on the team, leads the team with a 74% free throw percentage on the season.
So she's like that smart kid in class with the good grade that brings up everybody else's overall average.
If that's the way you want to look at it, yeah. She helps the curve.
I always appreciated that kid.
She's favoring that left leg a little bit coming to the line, so another Tornado battling through some injuries here.
But she gets both of them to go.
Big time there.
And a little bit of a scoring run here for Tiffin Columbia. 9-2 for the Tornadoes here in the third quarter.
Like we said, plenty of time to still flip this game around.
Absolutely, and that completely opens up your fourth quarter.
Tobias shot. Oh, what a shot.
Man.
Grace Tobias gets that one to go.
That's how the arrows just kill you right there with shots like that.
And Cameron Cox reaches in and grabs the ball from Lexi Beeston. And the Tornadoes turn it over on the held ball.
I was wondering why the clock didn't stop when the whistles were blowing.
Inside of 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Arrows lead 36-21. Madison Hoffman hands off to Sturry. Back to Hoffman on the right wing. They feed it to
nice little
Lacey, and it goes off her foot and out of bounds.
That was perfect right there, guys.
Nice block at the basket by the Tornado defense.
A little pass out, a little pass back. She thought she was going to sneak it up in there. And I believe it was Maddie Ritchie said, just put the ball in there and said, no, it ain't happening in front of me.
Boy, I tell you, these fans over here want every call for the Arrows. They are really feisty. They are passionate over here for these Arrows. They bring the energy, that's for sure.
You could tell just when the game started, just from the noise that, the cheers that came for the Arrows team when they came out, that they showed up here today.
A blocking foul on Tobias will put Maggie Ranigan at the free throw line. Ranigan, second on the team with a 71% free throw percentage.
I think the Ashland fans get a little spoiled back home with the college team. Used to being so good. There are a couple national championships up there, so I'm sure they're used to things going their way.
Well, and this is the first time the girls' team has really been successful in a while. I mean, this is their first Ohio Cardinal Conference title in school history.
Nice
first conference title in 30 years for the Arrows.
Nails both of them. Great job there.
Championships breed contempt.
36-23. Oh, what a nice drive to the basket.
Yeah.
Kennedy Lacey lays it up and in.
Fighting through traffic there to get that one in.
Marissa Allen brings it into the forecourt for the Tornadoes.
And see, again, that's what we're talking about, how the Arrows just kill you with that. You come down here,
Look at that.
You get your two free throws made, and they just come down and put the points back on the board.
That's right. And they've got that lead, so, they can give up a couple possessions.
Right. Oh,
and
my
that
goodness.
feed under the basket. Cox shot no good. Oh, they're going to say a foul.
She got up and tipped that one back to herself.
Foul's going to go on. I think that's Chloe Hyman. It'll be her third foul.
That's what you want to see there. 41 seconds. You would love to try to get this to a 10-point deficit going into the fourth quarter here.
Yeah, absolutely, Tommy. You close this in a little bit closer, and you're really making this a ball game here.
That's right. And Cameron Cox knocks them both down. Arrows back on top by 16. It's 39-23. Beeston to Ranigan. Ranigan back to Beeston.
Man, that defense, guys. I know we've been saying it, but it's just unreal.
Marissa Allen pulls up from three. Oh, that's in and out.
Just rolls across the rim back out.
She tried to see if the bank was open, but it's a little late on a Wednesday night here in New Washington.
I think you get a little greedy with the possession there.
Out of bounds.
And like we talked about, I know the Tornadoes are the ones that can't really take their time like Ashland, but they also don't have to rush too much. You still got some time to slow things down a little bit.
Lexi Beeston, Maggie Ranigan, right wing three.
It's open.
In and out. Boy, they've had some good
Second
shots.
chance.
They've had some good shots. They just have not got them to fall.
Take a shot.
Kennedy Lacey, half-court shot off the mark. That's the end of the third quarter. Ashland on top, 39-23. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back. As we start the fourth quarter of action, the Ashland Arrows lead the Columbian Tornadoes 39-23. Nate Mullins on the call with Tommy Hall. Greg the Wizard Kinn on the ones and twos, and Jacob Ellis doing a great job on the camera here for us tonight. Thanks for tuning in on the pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports.
Start of a big-time fourth period here for Tornadoes. Got to dig deep and find something if they don't want to go home here tonight.
Felsky feeds it down low. Nice pass.
Oh, there we go.
And Chloe Hyman finishes for the Tornadoes, her first basket of the game.
That one's a little scary. Look like it's going to go in and out. Look at that. See, these Arrows just have an answer for every bucket.
Lauren Green with the answer. Arrows back on top by 16, 41-25.
She was just able to get right under the basket and be open, and they just fed it right to her.
Beeston feeds it over to Felsky at the top of the key.
I guess just one thing I noticed the difference in how easy it is.
Left wing three! Marissa Allen.
So how easy it is for these Arrows to get open compared to the Tornadoes. When we talk about that defense and the cover and the smothering.
A nice drive to the basket by Green.
Take a look at that three again. Always love the tasty threes here.
You saw the frustration on Abby Felsky's face as she tried to go towards the basket but was shut off by the defense. So she just kind of went, all right, threw it back out. Right after that, Marissa Allen knocks the three down.
Hey, you got your game plan as you're driving to the basket. You know what you want to do, and then when they shut you down, it's just it's frustration, like you said, Nate.
The Arrows are so deep. They have a lot of talent they can bring at you from all different angles.
And like just right there.
2 for 2 on that trip to the free throw line.
Putting the easy points on the board.
Lauren Green. That one goes off the hands of Marissa Allen and out of bounds.
I'll say this, guys. Is it just me, or have you noticed tonight the Lady Tornadoes have had a hard time controlling the ball? On the passes, the balls have been slipping out of hands a lot.
Yeah. And this is a team that doesn't turn the ball over a whole lot on the season. They've done a pretty good job, especially the second half of the year, of moving the ball,
I think we need to
taking care of the basketball.
We need to check them basketball, see if they're greased up.
Probably eating some of that good popcorn at halftime. What a nice drive under the basket. Kennedy Lacey.
And it's just like the Arrows here starting off this fourth period. It's like they just saved some energy to kick it back in gear here.
Another left wing three from Allen, no good. Now Beeston feeds it down low to Felsky. Over to Allen. Right wing three, off the mark, no. And who's the foul on?
It was 34.
The foul on Tiffin Columbians, Chloe Hyman. Timeout on the floor brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. It allows me to tell you a little bit about our friends at Buckeye IT Services. In today's rapidly evolving digital landscape, safeguarding your sensitive data is more critical than ever. That's why Buckeye IT Services has transformed its focus to specialize in cybersecurity and compliance solutions tailored for the financial and legal sectors. Their expert team understands the unique challenges you face and is dedicated to providing customized strategies to protect your firm's integrity and client trust. Don't leave your data vulnerable, folks. Partner with Buckeye IT Services and ensure your business is fortified against cyber threats. Visit their website at buckeyeit.com to learn more about how they can help your business take the next step in cybersecurity. Ten seconds left in this timeout. Tommy, if you're Coach Morgan Harrigan, what are you telling your girls in that huddle?
I say we keep up this frenetic pace because that's you were expected to do that all throughout this game. The Arrows gave you that little bit of room, and you were able to come out swinging. Now you just got to close in on and work that jab, get them into a corner, and continue to plow away. Don't let the Arrows come out of the corner because they'll continue to bury you. But these Arrows, they're going to try to bury these Tornadoes here in the remaining stanza here.
Foul down low. I believe they're going to get that one on Maddie Ritchie.
And you'll see them dial it up down low, so they'll try to draw those fouls.
No, they're going to call that on Abby Felsky. That'll be her fourth foul.
And you do that just enough to create the distance again.
That one should have probably went on Maddie Ritchie. Abby's like, hey, that was not on me. That was on her. Why'd they call it on? Never mind.
It's like they heard you.
Cameron Cox at the free throw line. Got him to go.
Yeah, again, in the third period there, the Tornadoes started to claw back, started to inch their way closer to that lead, make it smaller, but here in the opening of the fourth, the Arrows are just opening it back up.
The Tornadoes, they got it back to 11, and then that 14, 15-point differential continues to haunt the Tornadoes late.
Three-pointer off the mark from Lexi Beeston. And that one goes out of bounds.
Yeah, so far it's been a tremendous second half of effort here by the Tornadoes, but like we said, guys, that lead from the first half has just come back to haunt them. You're just playing against that lead the entire time, and it's so hard to climb back.
Yeah, 21-7. It's really hard to come back from that deficit, and it just feels like they've been climbing an uphill battle ever since.
Well, these tournament games, you know better than anybody, Nate. They're determined by who builds on these runs.
Step back three, no good from Marissa Allen. A couple of teammates collide there. Allen's still on the floor. She took a hard shot.
Couple Tornadoes down.
Yeah, I mean, these are the kind of things that happen when you're flying around down there playing so physical, because nobody's taking this game lightly.
No.
And she just got her bell rung a little bit there.
I do believe she's got to come out of the game, though, because they had to stop play.
Yeah. Yeah, she tried the old, I'm okay.
No.
It's that one thing from Cars where the Cars all beat it was like, put me in, I can still play.
5:05 left in the ball game. Arrows leading 47-28. Kennedy Lacey on the right wing gives it down low to Cameron Cox. And
a fight for the ball.
Abby Felsky goes down and digs it out. What, are they supposed to just let them have it then? Or are you supposed to just let them not?
Did somebody just yell it's not football?
That's garbage, though.
That's so funny because I was just
You're not allowed to go after a loose ball on the ground?
I was just going to say that reminded me of football.
What game are we playing?
Not football, apparently.
But basketball still has people get on the ground and go after a loose ball. This game's been physical the whole game, and all of a sudden now we're complaining about physicality.
I mean, the passions are high here tonight, Nate.
Kennedy Lacey lays it up and in. 18 points for the junior here tonight. Felski on the right wing. Gives it off to Maddie Ritchie. Ritchie out to Hyman. Nearly loses it, but gets it back.
There's just nothing there.
Now feeds it to Beeston, and Beeston turns it over out of bounds.
Kennedy Lacey leads all scorers with 18 points, and the reason she didn't have more is because she got in some early foul trouble.
Yeah, she had 3 fouls in the second quarter. Had to sit out most of the second quarter.
Oh, man, I was going to say, if she got that to go in.
Felski drives, puts it up, and puts it in.
She kind of almost went in like slow motion on that one, like as if she wasn't really going for it, and they just kind of let her do it. It's like, I'm just going to drive right between you guys and just excuse me.
Lauren Green fouled on her way to the basket. I believe they're going to get Chloe Hyman on the foul. That'll be her 5th foul, so she'll have to take a seat.
It's the way I'd want to go out.
That's right. Yeah. Go out swinging. Marissa Allen checking into the game for Hyman.
Marissa Allen. You guys get this stuck in my head now.
Number 5, Marissa Allen.
That's good. Number 5.
First foul shot up and good from Lauren Green.
They are just polished. They really are.
This is the 4th season for head coach Renee Holt.
I mean, honestly, guys, tell me what part of the Arrows team did not look good tonight. They played an excellent game here tonight.
She went through a lot of growing pains her first 2 years as coach here. But last year they turned a corner with a sectional championship. And this year,
yeah, I mean, it's not like the Tornadoes are playing a terrible game here tonight. It's just Ashland just playing they're playing their game tonight.
Absolutely. As looks like Mackenzie Felski's checking into the game for Tiffin Columbian. Kennedy Lacey at the free throw line for the Arrows. She's got 18 points here tonight. Got the first one to go.
So each one of these just adds on to that score. It's just another little dagger. Or an arrow, if you will. Right in the chest.
Oh. Second shot off the mark. Felski brings it into the forecourt. Beeston with it at the top of the key. Down low, and it's stolen away. You hear that, Greg? Travel?
Yeah.
They want every call. Every call. Every one of them. I don't care if we're winning by 23. I want every call.
These girls' defense is just unreal, but I guess if you need to yell for travel.
I mean,
team seems to be doing just fine.
Could you imagine them in a close game if they're like this?
Oh, good Lord.
Steps back.
Step back three from Rannigan is in and out.
Rolled around the room.
Lacey kicks it out.
Oh,
Josie Vandelberg's shot is no good.
Get the rebound, dish it out to her partner.
Lacey, second chance, puts it up and in. Kennedy Lacey, 23 points, leading the way for all scorers here tonight. Ashland leading by 25. It's 55-30.
And like we talked about, guys, Ashland just seemed like they just saved some of their strength for the start of this fourth period, and they just turned it back on again. Just took off with that lead and spread it out even further.
I'm sorry, what was that second part that you said there, Greg? I couldn't hear you. Huh? What was that? I heard the first part pretty clear.
So I don't even know. I don't even know what song's playing right now.
As soon as you started saying that second half, it was just like we were inside of a dance club or something. I don't know.
It's just everybody's just having a good rocking time over here today, Nate.
That's right. Timeout's brought to you by our friends at First National Bank of Sycamore. They've proudly been serving our community for over 100 years with personalized banking services and a commitment to local growth. They're here for all your financial needs, from savings accounts to business loans. Stop by and experience hometown banking with First National Bank of Sycamore, where community comes first.
Tornadoes need to open the bank up here.
Yeah. Felsky for three, off the mark. Rebound grabbed by Abby Felsky. Shot up, no good.
Bounced back out.
Brylan Mataya, I hope I'm getting that right. Mottayaw.
Oh, she tried to bounce it off of her and just stole it away.
Felsky off the mark with that shot. And we're down to 2 minutes to play here in the ballgame.
Nice pass there, she just loses it. I'm telling you, you got to check that ball. I think slippery.
Slippery.
Slippery. I think the refs were eating the popcorn, Nate, and they've been handling the ball.
Stick around after the game, folks, as we've got our post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We'll award our defensive player of the game and figure out who the fan of the game is here tonight. Might be this woman screaming for every foul call over here on my left.
There you go.
Ranigan.
Maggie Ranigan. Nice shot at the basket. Nifty little move under the basket. Josie Vandelberg with it. And that pass
took a slow bounce out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds. 1:10 left in the ball game. Don't forget, tomorrow night we've got more tournament basketball as Tiffin Calvert takes on Mohawk live from Fostoria High School.
You gotta love it when two local teams go at it.
Should be a great matchup. Tune in right around 6 o'clock tomorrow night for another district semifinal. Held ball, and the possession arrow favors Tiffin Columbian.
Under a minute now.
Maggie Ranigan brings it into the forecourt for the Tornadoes. Ranigan on the right wing.
Right wing Ranigan. Try saying that 10 times fast.
And Maddie Ritchie just, I tell you what, they may be losing by 20-23, but she's playing like it's a 2-point ball game right now.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see from your team. You want to see them playing with heart to the very end, to the last whistle. It doesn't matter what the scoreboard says. It shows what kind of team you are, what kind of core you have.
Senior Haley Giltz getting set to check in for Tiffin Columbian. As Maggie Ranigan, another senior, takes a seat.
So I've seen senior Haley Giltz got a little bit of playing time, I believe, on senior night. It's the last time we've seen her.
Outstanding career for Maggie Ranigan as her senior season comes to a close here. Also Abby Felsky. And Caitlin Free, your seniors for Tiffin Columbian.
Oh.
Tornadoes grab the rebound. Beeson with it. And that one turned over.
Just a little miscommunication
to the arrows. Vandelberg brings it into the forecourt. They dribble it out, and that's the final. Your final score, 55-32. Ashland coming away with a victory and moving on to the district final this Saturday here at Buckeye Central High School. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll come back with the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We'll have our Defensive Player of the Game presented by Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse, and our Fan of the Game brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Since 1847, Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse has been Tiffin's trusted florist. From stunning arrangements to everyday flowers, they help you say it beautifully. Whether you're celebrating life's victories or supporting your loved ones, stop by their beautiful shop on Greenfield Street or order online at wagnerflowers.com for easy pickup or delivery. Wagner Flower Shop and Greenhouse, where tradition blooms. Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
Buckeye IT Services is a trusted partner for cybersecurity, fully managed and co-managed IT support. Municipalities, financial organizations, and mature businesses turn to them to eliminate IT stress and enable growth. Visit BuckeyeIT.com today to start your partnership. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go, Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Buckeye Central High School. Your final score, Ashland 55, Tiffin Columbian 32. Nate Mullins on the call with Tommy Hall. We've got the Wizard Greg Kinn on the ones and twos. And of course, Jacob Ellis did a great job tonight for us on the main camera. Thanks for tuning in here with us on the postgame show. Once again, brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Tommy, just your thoughts on this one. Obviously, not the way the Tornadoes wanted this one to end, but a tremendous season for the Tornadoes. And I really feel like, you know, with Coach Harrigan at the helm, feels like they've turned a corner here, Tommy.
Oh, absolutely. I think one thing's for sure with this Tornado squad, and that they're always going to be ready to compete. And tonight, even against the number 2 seed and the role that Ashland had been on coming into tonight, they still stuck with a very sound team for the better part of 3 quarters. but that lead early on by the Arrows, that 15-2 run by the Arrows early on, really just was just an unfavorable situation for the Tornadoes to try to overcome throughout the remainder of that game. It's just, you're danged if you do, danged if you don't. Tornadoes got it back within 11 points at one point, really made it a ball game towards the end to where that fourth quarter could have started with a deficit less than 10. It just wasn't the way for the Tornadoes at the end of this one, though.
Jacob, who are you playing rock, paper, scissors with?
The viewers.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully they're winning.
I was going to say, I don't think the viewers know that they were playing.
They are now.
I think they're winning.
Probably.
But yeah, Tommy, you made a good point. It just, from the time they built that early lead, it was 10-7 when Marissa Hallen hit that three, and I thought, all right, we might have a good game here tonight. And then the Arrows just kind of said, hey, we're here to play, and we're here to get more than just a sectional championship this year. They're coming for that district championship. And I'll tell you, they look locked in and ready here in the tournament play.
Yeah, so again, whether you got to the district championship or you got to the district semi, sooner or later you were going to have to go against the Arrows, and whether it be now or down the road, you kind of delay the inevitable, and you can't take away from the tremendous campaign the Tornadoes put up during the 24-25 season.
That's absolutely right, Tommy. All right, so now it's time for our segments here at the end of the game. We need to talk about our fan of the game, brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. We also need to talk about our defensive player of the game, brought to you by WAGNER Flower Shop and Greenhouse. First, Greggy.
Fan of the game?
Can we do the fan of the game first?
Hey, who was our fan of the game tonight, Nate?
Well, we had a nice showing from the Tiffin Columbian student section as Zach Shawberry, Brad Willman.
Snagged him a little bit before they took off there.
The backside of Logan Gooding here. A lot of Tiffin Columbian faithful made the trip over here tonight for this one, and it's good to see the students showing their support for the Lady Tornadoes here tonight, making the trip all the way over here to Buckeye Central. So you earn our fan of the game here tonight. Brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. They make the gear that you make your memories in. All right, Tommy, about 20 minutes till the start of the second game here, but we're not going to be doing that one as we got to wrap things up, get ready for tomorrow night, Tiffin Calvert versus Mohawk live from Fostoria. But defensive player of the game, brought to you by WAGNER Flower Shop and Greenhouse. We didn't get a chance to really talk about this one off the air, but where are you leaning with this one, partner?
I really felt like the Tornadoes were able to cut away at the deficit and get this one back to a manageable situation late during the absence of Cameron Cox by the Ashland Arrows. But once Cox was able to get going and came back into the game late, she really shut down the Tornadoes defensively. And I really think Cameron Cox for the Ashland Arrows stayed true and stayed tall down low and helped her team secure the victory and keep that lead to where the Tornadoes were unable to overcome it.
Absolutely. I got to agree with you there, Tommy. Cameron Cox would take my vote as well, as the presence that she had in the paint, it just made life miserable for any Tornado trying to get a shot near the basket. Yeah. It felt like every time they tried to take a shot at the basket, it was off balance. It wasn't a good shot. It wasn't the shot that they would normally like to take in those situations. And it was because of the influence of Cameron Cox.
Yeah, I was going to say, anytime a team sees a player leave the court and they attack hard because they know that's their opportunity to get some points, it just speaks volumes about that player's defensive play.
That's a good point, Greg.
And there you have it. Our defensive player of the game, brought to you by WAGNER Flower Shop and Greenhouse, Cameron Cox of the Ashland Arrows. All right, guys, and I think that's pretty much going to do it for us here tonight. I want to also thank, we can go to our fan poll on Instagram. You can find us on Instagram, search Heart of Ohio Sports.
Take a look at it here. See what today's results were?
Today's results, even though the Tornadoes were unable to come away with a victory on the court, they can take home the fan poll here tonight as they win 79-21% in the fan poll.
Yeah, definitely had a lot of support here tonight for the Lady Tornadoes.
Absolutely. Well, Tommy, any final thoughts here before we wrap this one up?
I just love getting into tournament basketball. love seeing how a lot of these, some of the Cinderella stories that we see in the area, but also, you know, some heartbreaking losses that you're going to have here at the end of the basketball season. And, you know, the effort. You know, there's a lot of things in life you can't guarantee. You can't guarantee wins and losses, but the one thing you can guarantee is your effort, and that's exactly what these Tornadoes put on the floor here tonight. So a great effort by the Lady Tornadoes. It was a heck of a season, and you look for a lot more out of these Tornadoes in the future.
Absolutely. They're going to be much improved next year. Obviously, they're going to lose a lot with Abby Felsky, Maggie Rannigan, key contributors for this team, but they've got some girls in the wings waiting to step up.
I was going to say, you can't guarantee a lot of things in life, Tommy, but we can guarantee that if you keep supporting us, we'll be there to cover these games and support these local athletes.
And we can guarantee that we'll be on the call tomorrow night as we'll be live from Fostoria High School for Tiffin Calvert versus Mohawk girls basketball, another district semifinal matchup here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And folks, we're still looking for sponsors for that one. If you're a fan of either team or you're just a local business trying to take advantage of a tremendous opportunity to put your brand in front of thousands of passionate fans, take advantage right now. Get a hold of us. Shoot us a message on Facebook. Email us, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com, or you can just call me or text me, 567-207-5041. Any way you need to get a hold of me, folks, let's get you on board with the winning team here at Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, I think that's going to do it for Jacob Ellis, Greg the Wizard Kinn, and Tommy Hall. I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Buckeye Central High School. Once again, your final score, Ashland 55, Tiffin Columbian 32. Have a great night, everybody. You've been watching Heart of Ohio Sports.